Talking Tactics is out now. We have a little look at the Carabao Cup final and Arsenal and Manchester City's title hopes. What else, Matisse?
Chelsea versus Tottenham and also Manchester City's win against Bournemouth. Check it out on DR Sports.
I've got a question from you, Matisse, as a Chelsea fan. Are Chelsea in a relegation battle with their current form? They are closer to the bottom four than to the bottom three than they are to the top four. Not even to the top of the league, to the top four. I mean, we're going to run Graham Potter's press. You know, take a listen to this. This was Graham Potter talking after the game.
Well, there's always that question. Absolutely. And you can't stop the questions. And whilst the results are like they are, then I accept it. It's part of the job. We were talking before the game about, you know, watching the All or Nothing at Arsenal, and 2 years into Mikel's reign, he's close to getting the sack and people are wanting him out and it's a disaster. And obviously now things have changed a little bit. But that's just the way it is. You know, if you look at Jurgen's situation, they haven't got the results and all of a sudden people want him out. It's just, that's just the nature of football. And obviously I haven't done enough at this club to have too much good faith. And I also accept that as well. So my job is to not to worry too much about that, understand the question, understand where it comes from totally, and just to try to focus on keep helping the team, keep supporting the players, because I really like these players. They're good lads. They want to do better. They want to win. But at the moment we're suffering, and that's my responsibility.
Well, Matisse is suffering as well, mate. I mean, he's referencing there the All or Nothing documentary, Matisse.
It's desperate.
I mean,
embarrassing. Desperate. It's getting desperate. When you're making those, that is a footballtwitter.com type reference.
Yes.
Oh, look what Arteta did. Look what Klopp did. What are you doing now? Do you want some stats? Do you want some real stats?
Let's get some real stats. Hit us up with them stats.
I'm done. You know, you can go for individuals. People want to take looks at Mudryk one week, Enzo next week. You know, Mount the week before. Mudryk. At the end of the day, when everybody's playing in a manner that is, you know, there's no clear system in place in terms of pressing from the front, in terms of build-up play, in terms of creating chances, in terms of even defending now, then you have to look at only one man, which is the guy that's responsible. And every single game that goes past, his percentage of responsibility goes up and up in terms of the context of new players being recruited. That starts to fade, right? If you take away Tuchel's 10 points that were accumulated at the start of the season, with 3 wins and 1 draw against Tottenham, which we should have won that game, really, we are on 21 points. We are 17th under Graham Potter. Now, on average, you can give him some bonus points and say if he was at the start of the season, maybe he'd be on 25 points, right? On average, based on his own record. But the point is he's in relegation form. He would be in a relegation battle right now. And you asked me the question before the video played, are we in a relegation battle? I've been screaming on the Big Six for 40 points, and people think I'm joking. People think I'm messing around, because we're in a position here where the board are so hell-bent on we are going to back this guy. We're going to give him a mentality monster coach coming in from Australia. We're going to give him, you know, a new gaming room in Cobham. We're going to give him everything. Going to give him everything we've got.
New trim.
Yeah, because if this doesn't work, they look incredibly stupid, and it's humble pie, because they sacked an elite manager, a guy that I defended right up until the end, who got to every single cup final last season under sanctions, with a Lukaku situation to have won the Champions League. Everybody diminishes his job and says, oh, he's playing a three at the back, he can't coach an attack. My team have scored 1 goal in February, the goal of the month, the best goal, the most difficult goal, the most interesting goal, the worst goal. It's all the same goal. Felix against West Ham. We've scored 1 goal in this month. We've scored 6 goals. What was that beautiful stat?
I mean, Mitch 1992 says 2023 Man United trophies won, Chelsea goals won. I mean, that's damning as it is, but carry on.
This stat, mad. Chelsea have scored 6 goals in all competitions since November the 6th. The fewest of any side in the top 4 tiers of English football, and 40 fewer than Manchester United, who have obviously produced, this is the same period of time.
With all the money spent.
I mean, put it this way, Madrid were here for 4 hours and scored more than Chelsea have in 4 months.
Chill out.
That is our friendship on thin ice, Abby. Thin ice, our friendship. Jesus. What was that for? Jesus.
That's a good Saturday, Abby.
Catching hella strays, man.
damn.
Friendly fire.
Oh, I've got heartburn after that. Jesus, Abby.
I'm sorry.
That is very
You
mean.
need a Gaviscon.
I mean, it must be painful to watch Chelsea at the moment.
It's so painful, Robbie, and it's like I am all for giving a manager time, but the excuses or the context just will never run out. In pre-season, it will be we've got too many players, right? Because we've got to get rid of the 34-man squad and bring that down to something normal, and that's going to take time, and that's going to take the whole pre-season, the whole transfer window, and then the start of next season will be, oh, we don't have this, we don't have that. At the end of the day, management, by definition, is getting through difficult circumstances and managing that and getting results. How many times have we all sat here and said, you know what, today there's an issue here, but we've got to fix it. You know, you have to get results. You can't just keep losing games continuously on and on and on. You know, and at the end of the day, on 31 points, for me, his job will become untenable if it keeps going in this way. For me, it's already, I said last week, please resign at the start of my video. So it's already untenable for me.
But they're not going to sack him.
They're not going to.
They keep saying they're not going to.
They will have to. If he
I
keeps
think
losing,
there comes a stage where you've got.
What is the stage if you go out the Champions League?
I don't know what the stage. For them, I think
you win. I think you lose the next couple of games. Come on, I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
For a lot of the fans, we've already passed that stage, and people will say Chelsea fans are spoiled. But 2 wins in 16 matches. That is horrendous. Like, we're not asking for a 10-win. No, Chelsea fans are not asking for a 10-game winning streak. Chelsea fans are not asking for, oh, we don't want a long-term vision or a process. But you have to do that under the right person. And the question marks of him being the right person are completely valid. He's never done it at this level before. He has to show it. He has to prove it. He's trying to prove himself. And talking about documentaries from the season before, and talking about the last week, the assistant manager prepared really well, and then the manager comes out and says, we didn't really have time to do tactics. This game, you come up against another assistant manager and you lose. Come on, man.
10 points off the top 4.
I don't care about top 4.
Sorry. No, wait a minute. My apologies.
What are you talking about?
10 points off.
Slow down there, buddy.
10 points off.
Apologies. 10 points off the relegation zone.
10
What
points
am I
off the
talking
bottom
about?
three.
Because I'm talking about Chelsea, I'm just assuming that 10 points off the relegation zone. If he loses a couple more games, come on, you've got.
But it's going to cost them 80 mil, and then it's going to cost them another 8 mil.
So apparently, that's what I said last week. But apparently, there is a termination clause in the contract. I would hope so. Any smart business person should have termination clauses in the contract. I don't know. It hasn't been told to anyone. But that's the report. That's just the loose terms. My thing is with him is that the season is almost done. You go out to Dortmund and the season's finished for me. You're not getting top 4, as I said many times before. Don't really care about Europa League, Conference League. This is all just to get confidence back into his veins. I'm numb. So for me, there comes a time where either you have to get an interim if he keeps losing, or you need to look for a manager, a better, a proper replacement long term. But I don't know who.
Because I think you'll end up going for someone like Pochettino. Personally.
I don't know who. That's the thing. I'm
just curious to know if you would be. If that's who you would
I think Tuchel could come back.
I don't think
Tuchel won't. See, this is the thing.
I think Tuchel doesn't get on with the owner at all.
Tuchel doesn't get on with the ownership. So as much as that would be great to have him back and all these things, even though he did make a couple errors in recruitment, but now we have the recruitment team behind him. Same with Klopp. You build a recruitment team around these managers who maybe in recruitment wise you have question marks over. My thing is, in hindsight, Ten Hag would have been the perfect person because he's ticking all the boxes. He's managed the Ronaldo situation. He's a winner. He's pragmatic, but he wants to play good football when he can.
He's not
available. So those boxes that need ticking is what I'm looking for out there, and I can't find anyone as of yet. He doesn't even speak English, I don't think, does he? So I don't know.
He must do.
Rafa's still, a return for Rafa. Ashby says Potter has made Reece James one of the worst attacking fullbacks in the league. He doesn't attack anymore. He goes, get him out. HM says Matisse Sweater says nothing to lose. He goes, and he's got a laughing emoji. Says that's poetic. There is a lot to lose at the moment. It's desperate there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's desperate. It is. I don't even have any words for him. Like I said, I was so. It's the worst Chelsea side I say side because your squad is obviously not is great on paper, but in general, it's the worst Chelsea performance I think I've ever seen come to Tottenham.
Todd Miller, big Chelsea fan, always used to come on banter me all last season. He says, Matisse, imagine a world where Southampton does a double on us, and then Leeds have a chance to do too. He goes, Porter says sour time settings. But he says always up the Chelsea, but you get the feeling that he's starting to run out. Costa says, Matisse, are you going to watch AFC AON with Potter?
Is that a team in the Conference League?
No, Arsenal's all or nothing, you know.
Yeah, Arsenal's all or nothing.
See, I want you to start winning a little bit because I want him to stay. So I need you to start picking up some points.
The pity points.
Yeah, like just.
That's the worst thing. I can tell you this, right? As an Arsenal fan, that's when fans start pitying you, that's the worst possible thing.
You don't want to be pitied by Tottenham.
You don't want to be, yeah. Should we move on, or should we prolong the suffering of Matisse?
He's just so depressed.
He just looks so down in the dumps and
ordering an Uber now.
Really sad. But I don't care, because I remember when he was on here the other day saying when describing Man City, how we are going to get on, because he wanted to see the demise of Arsenal.
We are.
So
we are
serve you right.
I wouldn't call it the demise. If you finish second, that's a great season.
A great season.
It's not a great season. Not now.
If you finish second, that's perfect.
It is. I do feel a bit sorry for Matisse. You know what I mean? Because it is a really bad situation. I just don't see how much longer Potter goes on for.